Spring framework is what? Auto configuration. Okay, now let's start the discussion. Yeah, whatever document you see today, it looks like a mixed document. Some known things, some unknown things. Why, sir? Actually, earlier in this course, I used to give two entries. Entry one, when I start Spring. Entry two, when I start Spring Boot. Why? Because that generation, already they completed Spring. They are looking for upgradation of Spring Boot. But now, from last 2, 3 years, no one is looking for what? Spring learning separately. They are learning Spring as part of Spring Boot learning only. But there were days already they know Spring, but they want to upgrade to what? Spring. So keeping them in mind, I used to give entries for this course in two levels. Number one, when I start Spring Core module. Number two, when I start Spring Boot core mod. That's why day one session I designed in such a fashion, okay, where I have started explaining again what is technology, what is framework, right? From there, some additional points about the Spring Boot, right? So whatever document I am opening, it looks like what? Some known things, some new things, right? So some kind of revision for your fundamentals also, plus what Spring Boot is capable of. That's good. Here is what? Paint. Let me open the document, guys. Spring. Seven one nine. New. Spring Boot core. New Spring Boot core. I think I already copied the folder itself, right? Sort by date. View as list. Spring Boot is equal to Spring plus plus. Spring Boot framework is equal to what? Spring framework plus plus. This is Spring framework, and outer circle is represented by what? Spring Boot framework. Are you getting my point there? Here I discussed about what is a framework. We know that framework is a special software that is built on the top of what? One or more technologies, having ability to generate common logics of the application dynamically, and makes the developer only to develop what? Application specific logics. What logics, guys? Makes the developer only to write what? Application specific logics. Okay, that's good. There are in Java total three things are there to learn: Java language, Java technology, Java framework. Java language means what? Raw materials, providing basic facilities of application development. Technologies are what? Semi-finished products. 30-40% they give, remaining things we should develop. Frameworks are fully finished products. Almost everything is there, right? We have to know how to give final touch. Final 20-25% we have to take care. Is that clear, guys? Yeah. While developing application using framework, programmer should take care of what? Application specific business logic, because the remaining logics will be generated by the frameworks dynamically. The remaining logics, these remaining logics are called as common logics now, boss. These remaining logics are called common. Will be generated by the framework automatically. In technology-based application development, we must take care of both common logics and application-specific logics. This will give burden on the programmer or not there. In framework-based application development, we need to take care of only application-specific logic, because common logics of the application will be generated by the what? Framework automatically, right? Yes. Spring Boot is equal to Spring minus XML configurations plus auto configuration. Avoid or minimize XML configuration. In can't but situation only, you have to use XML configuration. In remaining all situations, you should avoid. Okay, you should think about avoid, not minimizing. My first priority is what? Avoid. In our lives also, negative thinking people, toxic people should be avoided or minimized. First choice is what? Avoid. If not possible, because if they are family members only, if they are close relatives only, what we can do? We can minimize them. We cannot avoid them. At least we can what? Minimize them. Yes or no, guys? Right. Fine. Based on the jar files added to the class path of the project, the Spring Boot performs what? Lots of common operations dynamically. What they are. Making certain predefined class as Spring Beans. Inject certain Spring Beans to certain other Spring Beans. Injection also it will take care. Gives in-memory database software. Embedded in-memory both are same. What do you mean by that? No need of separate Oracle boss. Along with the application only in-memory database comes. Some in-memory database are there. HSQL, H2. These are in-memory database software. They come automatically. That means I can save the data in database without having separate installation of Oracle or MySQL. Is it not interesting, guys? But that is for temporary purpose, not for permanent. That cannot be used in production environment. That is only good in what? Development and testing purpose. Those in-memory databases are good. Establishing connection with the database software. Gives servers as embedded servers, guys. Come on. You don't have Tomcat, but you can still develop and deploy web application by using what? In-memory server or embedded server that is coming with along with application. Along with application execution, only one server will come. How IOC container is coming along with execution. That also gives what? Tomcat kind of server. That means though you don't have any software, just JDK is there in your computer and Eclipse IDE is there. Even JDK also not required. Eclipse comes with its own JDK, right? You can start developing project. That too not small standalone application. You can start developing big applications like website, distributed application without installing database software separately and what? Web server application server software separately. What's your feeling while developing servlet based web application? JDK required, Tomcat required, Eclipse IDE is required, right? But if you come to Springboard, just a Eclipse, nothing else required. You can still develop the web application and deploy in what? Embedded Tomcat server, which is also called in-memory. What do you mean by in-memory? Along with the application execution, how IOC containers are coming as in-memory container. Similarly, what? Servers will come as in-memory server. Database softwares will come as what? In-memory database. But are they useful in production environment, real end-user utilization? No. They're just good in what? Development and testing purpose. In-memory means lightweight along with application. And moreover, application stopped. Database gone. Server gone. Lifetime is very less or not there. If database gone at the end of the application, what about the saved data? Gone. Why? Next execution, one more database is created, not the existing one. So that's why they are just good in development and testing. They are very bad in what? Production environment of the project. I hope you are understanding what is production. Huh? Yeah. One manufacturing company is there. Company is under, what is that? Construction, development. After development, company will test products for 1-2 days, whether chocolates are coming properly or not, biscuits are coming properly or not. That is testing. In testing, some mistakes will come out, they will correct it, right? Once everything is done, come on. Once everything is done, right, boss? They start the production. Then real end products will come for real customers, right, guys? That is called production. So can I think about using these embedded database softwares, embedded servers, web servers in production environment? No. But development and testing can be done without having any special softwares in your computer. Is it interesting or not there? Yeah. Take care of adding more relevant and dependent jar files addition to class path based on the main jar file that are added. Or in Spring Boot, main jars are called starters, special jars, main jars. Based on the starters you added, it will take care of giving dependent, their dependent and relevant jar files to class path. Is it not interesting, my dear? Okay, that means based on the jars, nothing but starters, special starters that are added to what class path, auto configuration takes place or not there. That means inputs and instructions to IOC container will be given automatically or not there. I want to make predefined class as Spring Bean. I should use @bean. Here not required. Certain predefined class automatically becomes Spring Bean. I want to inject one Spring Bean with another Spring Bean. At least among the two predefined Spring Beans. Predefined classes acting as Spring Bean. I need not to do it. Certain injection happens automatically. Certain database connection happens automatically. Certain what? Servers will come automatically because simple theory you added web related starters. That means it understand this fellow is looking for web application development. Let's do common things that are required for web application. Only specific things he will take care. Come on, guys. So this reduces production, development, application development time are not there. That improves the productivity like anything are not there. What do you mean by productivity? Doing more things in less time. Doing more things in less time, having good accuracy. At the same time, no compromise in the quality, boss. Accuracy also will be maintained. Are very simple, ra. Spring is a good employee. Spring Boot is a intelligent employee. Good employee says what? My boss should tell, I do. Boss do ask you to do X, you will do X only. Y means Y only. Intelligent employee, if boss tell this is your zone, take care. So you will take care of that entire department. You don't ask every time what to do, boss, what to do, boss. At the end of the month, he said, this is my money I spent, this is the money I got, this is the margin. At the end of year, you will show one more balance sheet, right? Say something, my dear. So there's a difference between good employee and an intelligent employee or not? ऐसा no na guys. Yeah. Spring Framework is like a good worker or employee, does everything based on instruction given by programmer. Spring Boot Framework is like what? An intelligent employee does most of the common operations automatically. It's a self-intelligent. In Java domain, we can use 3 platforms to develop the project: language, technology, and framework. We already discussed this one, guys. If we develop the pros one, nothing but supermarket using Java language, nothing but core Java, we need to write 10,000 LOC. LOC means line of control. Line of control are lines of code. Okay, don't get into India-Pakistan border now only, fine. Yeah, LOC means lines of code. Because only basic facilities are ready made. Everything we should develop on our own. That's why we need to write 10,000 lines are not there. Come on, guys. We need to write 10,000 lines of code for developing Superman. I'm just guessing, boss. If it is developed using technology, advanced Java, 5,000 lines. If it is developed using Spring Framework, 4,000 lines. If it is developed using Spring Boot, 1,500. Why? Most of the common things will be generated automatically because of auto configuration or not. This 1,500 lines because of auto configuration activity. Clear, my dear? Using Spring Boot framework, we can develop standalone application, web application, website, distributed application, microservice architecture application. What applications, guys? Microservice architecture application. Convinced with me, my dear, or not there? Yeah. Using Spring Boot framework, we can develop what, guys? Standalone applications, web applications, nothing but what? Websites, distributed application. Lastly, what? Microservice architecture application. Standalone application means we know that. It's an application that is specific to one computer and allows only one user to operate the application or not. Allows only one user to operate the application. Calculator application, desktop game, all these are standalone applications are not there, guys. Next one, web application. It's a client server application where client is a browser, server is a software application talking to each other using request response model. Come on, guys. Browser talking to flipkart.com, browser talking to what? nareshit.com. All this comes under what, my dear? Web application development. What development, guys? Web application development. Are you getting my point there or not there? It's a client server or two-tier application where client is software browser interacts with what? Software application called website or web application in request response model supporting what? C2B, consumer to business operation. B2C, C2B, one and the same. Okay, these are the example. Check it out, guys. This is mission 1, this is mission 2. Mission 1 is having browser, mission 2 is having web server. Inside the web server, flipkart.com website is there or not there. And this website will have a lot of programs. They are called web components. So we give request to web component, they process the request, they generate the output. Generated output comes to browser as a response, and that response will be displayed in browser as a web page or not there. From that web page, next request is given. Okay, web server takes that request, passes to what? Appropriate web component of flipkart.com. That web component processes the request, generates the output. Again, that generated output comes to what? Browser in the form of response or not there. Again, that generated output comes to browser in the form of response or not there, guys. Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. Sir, I have a question. In standalone applications, we don't find any web server need for execution. But when it comes to website development or distributed application development, in fact, microservice architecture application development, come on, we don't execute directly on the JVM. We don't execute from command prompt. We keep those applications in web server or application server like Tomcat, WebLogic, Wildfly. Then we go for execution, right? I have a question, sir. Why standalone application don't need server? Why web application, distributed application, or any other advanced application what? Looking for the servers for execution. Anyone can tell me? I want a guess from you guys. Yeah. I'm expecting answer, not the silence. Given time not to type my message, given time to think. So what? Standalone application also real time. Yeah, that's the right point. That is the right point. Standalone application is specific to how many computers? Will be operated by how many users? So to operate application one user at a time, manual execution is enough, na? Manually starts, manually stops, right? Okay, when I keep the web application in web server, look at any website or distributed application that is requested or operated by one user or lots of users. These lots of users will give request one by one or simultaneously. They will give request in specific time frame or any time zone. Any time frame in any time zone, right? So that means web application and distributed application or microservice architecture application, we expect they need to provide 24 by 7 access or not there. In that situation, that too for one user, lots of parallel users. That count may be 10,000, 20,000, 1 crore, 10 crore also at a time. You take Google kind of website, you take ChatGPT kind of applications, right? The number of count, users count or request count, it can be huge, right? So in that situation, okay, to execute programs of this distributed application, web application, I kept the human beings. Let us assume, I have not taken support of web server. I have kept the human being. They get the request. They execute each program manually. Or I can recruit 1,000 members, but at a time 1 crore request have come. Do you think can they manage to execute web components? Impossible. What guys? Possible or impossible? Impossible. And moreover, human beings are there means errors will be there. Instead of all these things, better to automate it now, boss. And that automation is possible through web server or not there. Or application server. Application server is extension of web server, guys. Tomcat is web server. Wildfly, WebLogics are application servers, right? More better facilities are there. But both are there for what? Automating web application and its execution. Automating distributed application and their execution. Automating microservice applications execution, right? What they do? They listen to client requests continuously. That means web server runs continuously or not there. They take the request, links appropriate request with appropriate component of the appropriate application. Why? In one web server, I can keep any number of applications. Executes those components or program dynamically. Gather the generated output. Come on. Whatever output that is generated will be received, will be sent back to client as response or not there. Then what's happening, guys? You are just developing and keeping in web server. You are not planning to execute. Execution is now automated by whom? Web server are not there. Execution is simplified and automated by web server are not there, guys. Is it not interesting or not there, guys? Come on. Is it not interesting, my dear? Come on, I want reply, my dear. Okay, check it out. Standalone application is specific to one computer and it will be operated by one user at a time. So it will be executed manually. No automation is required in the execution. The web application website will be operated by lots of end user by sending simultaneous request 24 by 7. For this, manual execution of web application and its web components is not possible. That means we need to use special software that automates the execution of web application and its web component. That software is nothing but what? Web server software. That software is nothing but what? Web server software. Web server is a piece of software that automates web application and its web components execution. It listens to client requests continuously, takes the request, maps the request with web component, executes the web component, and delivers the generated results to browser as what? Response. Tomcat, WebLogic, Jetty, Undertow, Wildfly, Glassfish, many are there or not there. Application server is equal to what? Web server plus plus. So web server is extension of application server or not there. To automate the execution of small and medium scale web application, take the support of what? Web server. To automate the execution of large scale web application, distribute application, microservice architecture application, take the support of what? Application server software, Glassfish, Wildfly, WebLogic, and all this stuff, right? Okay, guys. Now 1 minute. Web service, web service based distributed applications or extension of what, guys? Web applications. Extension of web applications. Yeah, tell me next one. Microservice. Microservice architecture based. Microservice architecture applications are extensions of web service based what application? Distributed application. Extensions of web service based distributed applications. Are you getting my point there, guys? Yes. I think you got the point, my dear. See, standalone means one user at a time will operate. No automation, manual execution is enough. But distributed microservice application and web application, they have huge users giving huge number of simultaneous requests. Manual execution of web application, distributed application, not going to work out. We need a software that automates the whole mechanism of what? Execution, right? From receiving request to delivering response, right? That's why we need special softwares like what? Web server or application server. Let me give one real life example also. In front of your house, you are growing 1 2 chicken birds. Since 1 2 birds, you can manually take care of their needs or not. Feeding food, cleaning them, they catching their eggs. All these things can be done what? Very much manually, right? But when it comes to what? With that experience or with that passion or with that love on chicken birds, you decided to start poultry farm. What farm, guys? In which 20,000 or 2,000 birds you decided to maintain. How many birds? 20,000 or what? 2,000 birds you decided to maintain. Are you getting my point, my dear? Come on. Not 1 2 birds, multiple birds you decided to maintain. Not 1 2 birds, multiple birds you decided to maintain. Are you listening my statement there? Okay, that's great. Okay, fine. Now the question is, at that time also I will take care of all the needs manually means, is it going to work out, guys? So definitely some automation is required or not. One switch on, water will be supplied to birds. Another switch on, eggs will be collected. One more switch on, one sprinkler will be there spraying water on the bird so that cleaning will be completed or not there. Without automation, life becomes hell or not there. Without automation, the life definitely becomes hell or not there, guys. So same thing. Standalone means one user, one user at a time. One specific to one computer, no automation, manual execution is enough. But web application, distributed application, microservice application, they are meant to develop for taking what? Huge number of requests, that too simultaneous or parallel requests. For that situation, it's better to deal with what, guys? Server environment who automates the whole process of execution, right, guys? Yeah, next what, guys? Distributed applications. We started understanding what? Distributed application. Tell me, what is distributed application, guys? The application whose services can be accessed locally or remotely from different types of other application is called as what? Is called as what? Distributed application. Is it not interesting, my dear? Come on, everyone. The application whose services can be accessed locally or remotely from different types of other applications. In web application, client is fixed browser. But in distributed application, communication model is request response only. If the distributed application is there in web service, which is extension of web application, communication model is request response only. But client can be any type of application. It can be web application, mobile application, IoT application, standalone application, desktop application, embedded system application, any kind of client application can be there. Browser to software application interaction means web application. Application to application interaction means what? Distributed application. Application to application interaction means what, guys? Distributed application. Are you getting my point there, guys? The application that allows different types of client applications, either locally or remotely, to connect and consume the services in B2B model, business to business. Array Flipkart.com talking to PhonePe. PhonePe is distributed application whose client is another business application. Na? That's why it is called B2B application or not there. Hey, don't feel new. It's already discussed things, right? UPA payment application, payment gateway application, Visa, Master kind of. Okay, payment broker application, Razorpay, PayPal, all this stuff. ICC, International Cricket Council application for scoring boss. BSC, Bombay Stock Exchange application. NSC, okay, National Stock Exchange. They are the distributed application. Connecting to those application, there are so many websites, there are so many mobile application, access their data and does the business with that data or not there. PhonePe server application developed only for one time, kept somewhere in New York City, right? Or in S Bank. Actually, it is developed by S Bank people. So that we are connecting from PhonePe mobile application, connecting from e-commerce website like Flipkart, connecting from e-commerce mobile application like Amazon, connecting from what? Some desktop applications. Come on, guys. Connecting from tab-based applications. Tab-based applications, what? If you go to Taja Hotel near in Hyderabad, in Amirpet, you can order the item through kiosk. Come on, a small tab is given there. You can order the items or not. From there only payment option is there or not there, guys. So that I can call that one as what? Desktop application. So we're able to connect to PhonePe application from different types of other applications are not there. And other applications also separate business entities are not there. So can I say browser to website means B2C application and distributed applications are always entertain what? B2B application. B2B means what? Business to business. B2B means what? Business to business. Got it? We can consume the services of PhonePe application server from different types of client application like mobile, desktop, web application, IoT, embedded system, other distributed application, and what, etc. Check it out. Mission 10, PhonePe server application, which is a distributed application. Connected to bank application, which is another distributed application, right? Okay, this PhonePe server application, which is distributed application, is allowing only one type of client or different types of client. Spotify mobile application, or a Spotify guest premium is there, Spotify regular use is there. So Spotify premium needs payment that allows UPI payment are not there. Flipkart.com website, desktop bank employee or S bank employee may use his local application to connect to PhonePe are not there. And if you go to swiping machine, which is embedded system, guys, because entire software is linked with one small device. That's why it is called embedded system. Embedded system means software attached to different devices. Okay, guys. Nowadays through Alexa also I can do payments. You try once, it's possible, right? And OTT platform, Netflix also for renewal, it is asking what? Netflix is also asking what? Phone pay services for renewal activity are not there. For doing renewal, we can take the support of this. And sometime one distribute application can be client for another distribute application are not there. Phone pay is server application is distributed. It is talking to banking application, which is another distribute application. For one distribute application, another distribute application can be there as client or not there. So what's the difference between web application and distribute application? Web application, B2C, browser to software application. In fact, browser to website. Distribute application, B2B, business to business. Okay, one software application talking to another software. Web application allows only one consumer, one type of client, that is browser. Distribute application allows what? All different types of clients, not one type of client, different types of clients. Are you getting my point? Browser talking to Flipkart.com, Flipkart.com talking to PhonePe, PhonePe talking to bank application. Convinced or not, my dear? Yeah. Browser talking to Flipkart.com, Flipkart.com talking to PhonePe, PhonePe talking to see, browser talking to Flipkart.com comes under what? Web application or distributed application. Flipkart.com talking to PhonePe, distribute. Here, PhonePe is distributed actually, right? Okay, bank application is another distributed application. So this PhonePe and bank application can have only Flipkart.com as client or other types of clients also. Yeah, this is the one thing. Browser talking to Amazon website. Amazon talking to Razorpay or what? PayPal, payment broker, distributed. One Razorpay talking to me, Visa, Master, Master application, distributed. And this application talking to what? Bank application, distributed. What do you say, guys? Are you understanding my statement or not there, guys? See, guys? Amazon is website, website talking to distribute application, but this is distribute application talking to another distributed. Visa is also one distribute application talking to another distribute application, guys. Interesting or not there? And already I have given this one. Worldwide infrastructure for operating credit cards and debit cards managed by payment gateway, Visa, Master, Mastrio. But will they do business with customers directly? No. They do through banks. Come on, guys. That's why every credit card, debit card comes to customer through bank or not there. That too by linking with the savings account or one or other account or not there. That's for clear. That's good. Next one. But this e-commerce application will show interest of talking to Visa, Master, Mastrio kind of payment application directly, or they take some mediator in the middle. They definitely take some mediators in the middle or not there. They definitely take some mediators in the middle or not there, guys. Payment broker application acts as bridge between e-commerce applications and payment gateway applications, right? Payment gateway applications provide worldwide infrastructure to operate what? Credit cards and debit cards. Okay. And combination of web application and distribute application together is called as what? Enterprise application. What application, guys? What application, my dear? Enterprise application. Yeah. What is the difference between web application and distributed application, my dear? We already know, I'm just revising them. One side web application, another side what? Distributed application. Are you getting my point, my dear? Come on, everyone. One side web application, other side what? Distributed application. It is C2B or B2C application. It is always what? B2B application. Allows only browser as what? Client. Allows different types of client applications like what? Mobile application, web application, desktop application, embedded system application, IoT application, another distributed application. What do you say, guys? Super, guys. Tell me, this is browser to software application interaction or not there? Come on. This is application to application interaction or not there, guys? That's a B2B now, boss. That is technically called as what? B2B application. This is a application to application interaction, right? Yeah. Now, tell me next one. Represent two-tier application as a thin client fat server. At a browser side, nothing will be there. Everything will be there at a website side. Browser is very lightweight one. That's why. This is fat client, fat server. Flipkart.com heavyweight application, PayPal heavyweight application. PayPal is heavyweight application. Visa is heavyweight application. It's always fat client and fat server application are not there. Runs on request response model. Runs on services invocation model. We call the business method. Okay, either through method calls or through request response model. RMI is a B kind of thing, method calls. And remind, web services means what? Request response. Okay. Either through service invocation model, we call business method. This method calls are there in what? RMI is a B. In RMI is a B environment, we go for method call. In web services environment, what we do, guys? In web services environment, we go for request response mode. We can use Servlet JSP technologies to develop what? Java-based web application. We can use RMI EasyB technologies to develop what? Java-based distributed application. Can you call admin? We can use Struts JSF, Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC frameworks to develop Java-based web applications are not there. We can use web service frameworks like what? JAX WS, JAX RS, Apache Axis, Apache CFX, and etc. to develop Java-based distributed applications, my dear. Come on. Okay. బయట స్టూడెంట్స్ వస్తారు లోపలికి రావచ్చు ఇద్దరు వస్తారు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్.com అమెజాన్.in nareshit.com PhonePe, Google Pay, Paytm, ICC, BSC, Visa, and etc. Right? These are front-end application because they get direct request from end user. Array websites, mobile application, all these are called front-end applications are not there. And distributed applications are always back-end, right? We're using PhonePe mobile application, but are you really worried about how that money is actually processed in PhonePe server application? No. Are back-end, they are not front-end, they are back-end applications. They are not visible to anyone, but they will be there in the picture in the background, right? So these are like directors and choreographers and stunt masters. They don't appear on the screen, but without them, movie making will not be completed, right? And these web applications are like what? Actors. Actors. Whatever hard work done by director reflects on the screen only through actors. Only through actors, not through what? His hard work of direction, right? So they are front end. All back-end applications will be operated through front-end application. They will never be operated directly, right, guys? See, you given credit card number to Flipkart. We think that Flipkart only taking credit card payment. No. Flipkart is passing to payment broker. Payment broker is passing to payment gateway. Payment gateway talking to bank. But we are not, as an end user, we never bother about payment broker involvement, Visa company involvement, and bank involvement. We think that everything is done by Flipkart. That's why they are called backend, because they are in the background. They are in the background. Is it not interesting, my dear? Yeah. Next one, microservice architecture application. Using Spring Boot, we can develop 4 types of application: standalone, web application, distributed application, lastly, microservice architecture applications. What applications, guys? Lastly, what we can develop? Microservice architecture applications. Are you getting my point there or not there? Yeah. The standalone application, web application, distributed application that we have discussed so far are developed based on what architecture? Monolithic architecture. What do you mean by monolithic architecture, guys? Which says develop different services as different modules of the project and pack them into what? Single unit, either as a jar file or what? WAR file. Either as a jar file or what? WAR file. Convinced with me, my dear? Come on, everyone. Yeah, tell me here. Jar file, Java archive file, standalone application. WAR file, web application archive file, web application or what? Distributed application. Are you understanding my statement, guys? This is my bank project, which is ICICI Bank, guys. Come on. Different modules are developed, they are integrated, but at the end they are packed and released into single WAR or jar or not there. Can I say this is monolith or monolithic architecture or not there? It's like a full meals parcel, curry item, rice item, curd item, chutney item, all are there. But at the end they are packed and served as a single item or not there. Thali boss, maybe North Indians not aware of full meals, right? In Telugu state, plate meal, full meals is the popular terminologies, right? But maybe you people saying thali parcel, right? Okay, guys. Bank project, ICICI Bank, monolithic and what? Monolith. See, modules are there, services are there, but all are integrated and released as what? Single WAR file or what? Jar file. Is it not interesting, my dear? Come on. Super. But what is the problem with this monolith architecture, guys? Listen, other day I have not introduced microservice architecture. Today I'm introducing, right? Yeah. What's the problem with this monolith architecture? One module down. Remaining modules are down now. Bug or issue in one module affects other modules now, my dear. Someone liked one module of my project. Can I give them separately to him? I cannot do business on individual modules. I have to sell either whole project or I cannot do anything, right? More interesting headache is it's a big project having 200 modules. I don't have 200 modules related Java programmers, but no option. Either I have to slow down my development or I have to increase what? Number of Java developers, right? To make it happen fastly. Because all modules must be developed and executed in same language or technology. One module in Java, one module in .NET possible? Not possible because all are integrated and packed into single unit, right? Are you getting my point there? This is the biggest challenge. Why, Java project came, but Python developer completed their project sitting idle. Can I use them to develop few of these modules? Resources will sit idle or not there. The resources may sit idle or not there, guys. This biggest headache is there or not there. Problem number one module down, remaining modules affect. Bug or issue in one module affects other module. Next, I cannot sell each module to outsider. Next, all modules must be developed in what? Same language or technology. It is going to be very problematic or not? Interesting or not, my dear? If other projects or client organization wants to use one or other service, okay, it is not possible because all services are in same module. Okay. The problem is in one module or service may affect other module or service because all modules are integrated into single. Moreover, okay, moreover, all the services and modules of the project must be developed using what? Same language or technology or what framework. To overcome this problem, take the support of what? Microservice architecture in the development of the project, which says develop every service or module as what? Separate project or var file. Make them interacting with each other by taking the support of what? Third party tools and design patterns. By taking the support of what, guys? Uh, what is this room number? 403 or 404? Right. Which says develop every service. Okay, with this we understood the problems of what? Monolith architecture now, boss. Suppose, listen, what monolith architecture says, it's like what? I purchase a TV that is giving me built-in Wi-Fi router, built-in DTH device, built-in home theater, built-in PlayStation. Come on, all are built in there. So tomorrow I did not like Wi-Fi router capacity. Can I change? Because it's a inbound to TV, right? I did not, they have given Airtel DTH, but I did not like it. In my area, Sun TV is doing well because more South packages are there, right? Okay, I want to replace it. Possible? Not possible. Understanding my statement? They have given some home theater of, okay, JBL company, but I like Boss company home audio system. The best audio in the world is what? Bose. Bose or Harman. Bose or what? Harman. Okay, I want to use that, right? But can I do that? Sorry, not possible. Because all are integrated, right? And one day home theater disturbed, guys, it will affect TV watching or not there. That's why it's better not to think about what? Monolith, at least for large scale project. Then what microservice architecture says, sir? Develop every module or every service as a separate project. 100 services, 100 projects, 200 services, 200 independent projects, that too as web service projects. Come on, guys. Later integrate them. But their individual projects integrated, right? Okay, one project down. Only that project services are not working. Remaining projects are what? Individual projects now, boss. Problem number one solved now. Bug or issue on one project or one service. Does this affect other projects? That problem is also sorted out, my dear. Come on. Even that problem is also sorted out or not, my dear? Come on, I want reply, my dear. Okay. Someone liked one service, billing service. I can give only that microservice project to those people. Even that is all. And all these are developed in web services. Web services are known for interoperability. Interoperability means what? They can be developed in any language, can be consumed in any language. Web service need not to be developed in Java to consume in Java. They can be developed in Java, can be consumed in .NET. They can be developed in .NET, can be consumed in what? Java. So now the question is, my microservice project is huge project. 200 microservices are there. Only 100 micros. I have a team only to develop 50 microservices at a time. Remaining teams are idle but they are not Java people. No problem. No rule. All microservices of microservice architecture, which are independent project, need not to be developed in what? Java. They can be developed in different languages. Java team is capable of developing 50 microservices now. Give them all main microservices to Java people. Unimportant microservices will be there. A Python team is idle. Ask them to develop in Python. JavaScript team is idle. Ask them to develop those microservices in what? JavaScript. Okay. Some other team is idle. .NET team is idle. Ask them to develop few microservices in .NET. This is the biggest advantage. So that what happened? I can keep every team of the company full busy. They're never going to sit idle, right? Yeah, call. They are never going to sit what? Idle. This is very important feature why people are crazy of microservice architecture. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. This is the main reason why people are what? Crazy about microservice architecture. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super, guys. To overcome this problem, take the support of microservice architecture in the development of project, which says develop every service module as separate project and make them interacting with each other by taking the support of what? Third party tools and design pattern. In microservice architecture, every service is going to be project having its own packing of jar or var file. Check it out. First service, first microservice project. Second micros, third microservice, fourth microservice, fifth microservice, sixth. Everyone is talking to their own respective database software. For all microservice together, common user interface, for a common front end I developed, guys. Come on. Okay, what's the advantage? Super. Okay, someone liked my daily transaction service. I can give them separately. It's an independent project, right, boss? Okay, bug has come in mutual fund. Only that service will not work. Remaining services will work na? Come on. Is it compulsory all these services should be developed in same language, same technology? Especially these are web service based guys. They can be there in different technologies and domains are not there. Come on, my dear. All our advantages are not there. That's why people are crazy about what? Microservice. All modern projects are based on what? Microservice architecture. What's the difference between web service and microservice? Microservice is extension of web service. Each in microservice architecture, every service is separate project. That separate project is web service. And web service project can be developed in any technology domain language, can be consumed in any technology language domain, right? That's why different microservices of microservice architecture project need not to be there in same Java, can be there in different places. So this makes every resource of the company getting underutilized or not there. This is the full benefit of what? What is there? This is the full benefit of microservice architecture. Okay, now listen carefully. Why I talked this much, you will understand now. Spring Boot is the best framework to develop microservice architecture project. Not even Spring, not even .NET, not even Python. Why? No other framework is having auto configuration like Spring, guys. In microservice architecture, let us assume I identify 20 services. Total, how many projects will come? 20 projects. Every project is having its own database. Now tell me, guys, every project should talk to database. Every project should have a server. Every project should establish connection. Every project should have a jars getting its dependent relevant jar files. Every project should make some common class as Spring Bean. Me doing these stupid common things in all 20 projects is good. Just develop them with the Spring Boot and Spring Boot taking care of all of them in all 20 projects through auto configuration is good. Me doing these common operations manually, boring common operation manually in all 20 microservices is good. Or just take the support of Spring Boot, where Spring Boot does all the common things in 20 microservice project by just taking what? Support of auto configuration. Spring Boot is good, my dear. Why? Because every microservice needs database, server, connectivity with the database. Okay, jars. Come on. Some predefined class as Spring Bean. Me doing in every project of 20 projects is a boring, stupid activity or not there. But Spring Boot auto configuration does these stupid, common, repeating things in all 20 projects for me on its own or not there, guys. Same idea. Is it not interesting aspect, guys? This is the reason we prefer Spring Boot a lot in microservice architecture. At least today you got a satisfaction why Spring Boot is popular in microservice architecture, guys. It's like what you know? It's like what? Purchasing TV separately, purchasing router attaching to TV, purchasing what? DTH device independently attaching to TV. If you don't like, you can replace. Come on. All are integrated, but they are replaceable or not they? And same thing we can do for other TVs also, na boss. But why Spring Boot is super good for what? Microservice architecture project. Every service is a project. Like this 100, 200 microservices will be there. Everywhere common things are there. Instead of me doing manually, auto configuration of feature of Spring Boot will take care of that concept very nicely or not there. Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. Since every service is developed as independent project in the form of what? Separate jar where file. They can be used in different projects on pay and use model. By paying money you can use or not there. The problem or bug in one microservice does not affect other one as boss. Every microservice is extension of web service can be developed and consumed in different languages. That means microservice architecture project can be implemented either in same language or in
I would
what?
only say
Different
to looking
languages.
at your value counts.
Most of the new
90
projects are
contributors
happening in
profit from
microservice
0 group
architecture or
one
not.
seven seventy 30
The auto
article 1 zero
configuration
7
feature
48
of
articles 93 article
Spring
not
Boot
article.
helps to get
In your
common operation
example, I arrange these
automatically, like
differently.
what?
Topic 1 is the
Establishing connection
overlapping
with the
framework
database
across
and
your entire
etc. in
dataset
projects or
2000
services of
articles. Topic 2 is
microservice
the third
architecture
index. Nobody
application.
has the
So
highest
Spring
probability
Boot
for
is the
any
best
single document.
framework to develop what?
Essentially, the model found that
Microservice
when the
architecture
your article
projects. Are
must
you
be too
getting
much
my
better
point?
into the first two mathematical topics than the third one. How it is feels get
Why
too
Spring
rich
Boot
if you want
framework
to
is
focus on
best
a
to
model to
develop
find
what?
the distinct third index. You
Microservice
can
architecture
try this
project.
argument
These many things will be
adjustment switch
taken
to
care in
the
every
stream
microservice
answer
project
nodes
automatically or
in
not
your
there.
first image using stream instead of the
How come?
parameterization crops will chops word down to their
How
roots
come?
example connection and
Embedded database
connecting
software
connections
servers
and
are useful in
both
Spring Boot
become
project.
connected. These are
Are in
create
the
the denser
development and
vocabulary
testing
which
without
helps
installing any softwares.
find
We
more
can complete the
distinct
development and
themes.
testing or not there.
Increase max ITR
Super. Embedded database
max
software
filter.
means it's the
Sometimes the
software
model
that comes
needs
along with
more
Spring Boot
round to
application
settle
execution.
to the
This
topics
database
pattern.
software is
Model
part
is
of
equal to
application execution.
CLDA and scope 3 is equal to
Same
max filter is equal to 20 and random
applications
step is equal to
execution.
4.
Same is
Then
applicable with
clean
what?
your stop word. If
Embedded server.
common
In the
words
development
like
and
say,
testing of
good or
project, we can
speed
use
inside your
embedded
corpus,
database software
they
server
can blur and
without
topics
installing
together.
them
But
separately.
double
But the
click on your
production of
stop
the
word framework
project,
is working
but
correctly
in the
and
production of
immediate
the
check to see
project,
the topic 3 actually
we
looking like
but
even if it is has a zero documentation. Run this code to see
in the
the
production of
top
the
words
project, we
and this
generally
is the
prefer working with
assuming
external
CD in
servers
your
and external database software.
characterizations.
The explicitly installed
The
database
top 15
softwares and
words
what
for the
servers we
topics.
prefer,
Would
guys.
you like me to retry
Okay,
the
examples
precursors
of
or
embedded database,
precursors
H2DB,
including this
HSQL,
streaming
etc.
to see if you
Embedded
help
server,
popular
Tomcat, Undertow,
things?
Jetty. Examples of external database software, Oracle,
If
MySQL.
it
And
is
same Tomcat
not
WebLogic can
there,
be used
then
as
click
embedded, can be
oh
used as
let me
what?
do
External.
three
I think you
in
got the
a
clarity, my
in
dear.
double S H
Super,
issue
guys. Okay.
is there
Now I'm
actually or
introducing two
issue
people.
or not?
who got job as a
Just
fresher.
asking for
They belong
Srini, and
to,
I will the
one
answer.
belongs to 7 p.m. batch, one
It's
belongs to 11
due to
o'clock batch.
technical error which
Okay.
your code.
Recently, they
But
got job
your
as
model
fresher
is
because when I'm
finally to find
introducing
the
senior
third distinct
students, someone
topic in
said
your
that,
data.
there's
Okay,
old students
then
are.
the
Give
issue
me
is the
confidence by bringing what?
distribution of the data, not the creation of the group
2024
itself. Here
passed
is
out,
the what happened.
2025 passed out
If the
student,
group 3
so
is
that we will
creating
get the
mathematically
confidence that
first,
we also can
when you
get the
on
job, right?
n components
Okay, answer
indicated
for
in the
your
model
request
create the three
is
distinct
I am
probability buckets.
introducing two
However,
people.
because
One is
you are
Adib. What's
using
your name?
Argmax, its
Noor.
article
Another one
only
is
get
Noor.
assigned to
Both
its
of you please
strongest
come on
bucket.
to this
In your
place.
current result, group 3 index 2
Yeah.
never had the highest probability for any of the 2000
I think
records.
Adib belongs to 11
2000
o'clock batch.
articles. Every article
And
was a
this guy
stronger
belongs
match
to
for
what?
the group 1 and group 2.
7 p.m.
In this
batch.
issue,
Okay,
what
both of
happened,
them got
whatever,
job.
this
He
is the
got the job
problem
through
depends on
Naresh
your
IT
goal,
placement
our
cell,
goal. If you
and he
just
got the
want to
job
see
on
it
his own.
work,
He tried
it
on
is
his
the
own
issue
independently,
because
right?
you have a dead topics,
Through
which
Naresh.
means
He also
your
got the
model
job through
is
Naresh
not
IT
being
only. So
used
used
to its
those who
full
are saying
full
market is
potential.
not there, jobs
If
are
you are
not there.
analyzing the
So
data, it
stop keeping that
tells your
excuse
data, your
aside and
article
start
are
doing
likely
hard
to be
work.
similar to
Yeah,
the split
market is a
into the
bit
three
dry, but
categories.
it does
Now
not mean
model
jobs are
finds
not
two
there.
categories
You need to be
enough to
little
explain
extra
our
good.
dataset.
If you are just good,
How
not
to
enough,
make
extra
group 3
good.
IPS.
And moreover,
For
I said,
to
try
for the
as a
model to
fresher,
find
not
the third
happening,
group,
don't become
you
panic.
should
A
improve
big door is
how
always
it
opening,
see the
showing
words.
market
You are
that
staying
is
as
showing
suggested
gap
in
as
your notes, switch
experience.
from
Sir,
one
how I will
dimensional
get?
hazard
I'm a
to the
fresher.
progress
2024
paper
passed out.
will help
It is
by
already
the chopping words
2025
into the
August or
running and
September.
runs and
You can
runs.
show one
You
year
give the
gap as
models more
experience.
common anchor to build a third
I'm
topic
just to
and increase
2025 passed
iteration.
out.
Your
What to
model
do, sir?
might have stopped
Okay. For
training
you
before
also
you could
formula is
see
there. I
the
will tell.
third topics clearly. Set
Fourth
max
year,
iteration
second
is equal to
semester,
50
generally for
or
project,
higher. Check for noisy words. If a
their
common word
6
like
months,
said once
you can show
are
as
not in the
experience or
toppers list,
internship,
they
right?
might be
And anyhow, you'll
dominating
take
all
another
topics,
6 months to
making them
complete all these
look
courses. 6 plus
identical.
6, 1 year. Come on.
Okay, not a problem is
And
there.
you can show 1 year gap as
Just save
experience.
this.
When, if you feel, okay, I'm as a fresher,
Clean
I'm
this.
failing, I'm not getting
Clean this.
opportunity. Not because of
Just
my knowledge, because of aptitude,
clean this.
reasoning, and percentages of academics, they
Is
are
there any
killing your
query?
job possibilities, right?
87%
Okay,
is
that
there, 60,
time,
44,
start,
28
start,
and
start
88.
showing gap as experience. No, you are a postgraduate, MSc,
No problem.
MCA,
Exit.
MTech.
Open.
Unnecessarily,
Okay.
you wasted 3 years,
Okay.
2 years in your life. There is no
Wait.
need of what? Having
Watch.
post graduation
Yes.
to become software engineer.
Refresh
If
and
anyone is
refresh.
having such plans of becoming
Just click
postgraduate,
on.
stop thinking, stop doing that. Ah, no, sir, in my family, all postgraduates. Fine, let it be. They're just graduate.
Clean
You
everything.
have to do post graduation only when you want to get
Yeah.
into research field and academics. Academics means teaching profession, university professor, not even software professor, only university professor. Either you want to get into research area or you want to get into what? Teaching profession. Then only think about becoming postgraduate. Other, your aim is to become software engineer. Stop thinking about what? Post graduation. Clear? Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Noor Amin Mullah. Actually, I am from Kolkata, West Bengal. Yes. Recently, I got offer letter from product-based company that is in Dubai, and I got selected because of my deep knowledge of Java. Because they asked initially, what do you do in your graduation time, like I mean post graduation time, and based on project they ask many questions, how you develop, how you face the many problem, and can you elaborate on a this major problem that you face in when you develop your project. And I explain each and everything when I face the problem and how I solve this problem. And after that they ask so many questions on Java 8 features like Stream API, functional interface, and lambda expression, like that. And after that, they ask some question, can you write, if I give some program using the latest functionality like lambda expression? Uh, Literally, I say, yes, I can do. They gave some question online, using online platform, IDE. Like they, some, first they told me, can you solve the list problem in a short manner? Like you have to sort some data using Stream API. And another problem is was that uh, short array using heap short, binary short, like technology, you can solve the problem. And my plus point was I solved the both problem within 2.5 minutes. That is why they not ask any more question, but they ask a little bit of tricky question. Like first ask me, do you know abstract class? I say yes. And do you know interface? I say yes. Then ask me why they introduce both abstract class and interface. Can you elaborate? And after that, told something about abstract class and interface, and they ask in depth, based on interface and abstract class. And after that, they will told me literally you can leave, and I will inform you if you select. Then I will call you. Then I got after 2 hours, I got a mail from company and you are selected. And after some time, they call to my number and Henur, you have any question about my company and compensation? Because they provide 25K in the initial days for 3 months, and after that they will provide each and everything, like you have to because it is the remote area job, because my company is basically in Dubai, head office in Dubai, and they have the 7 branches, like Egypt, Qatar, Kuwait, UK, USA. And that is why they told to me, in future after 3 months, when you complete your training, then you have to shift in remote area. Will you accept the offer? I literally say yes, because of my family told to me, it is the MNC and product based company. That is why don't think anything. You happily join this company because MNC provide a lot of facility and lot of money. That is why I accept the offer letter.
Yeah, thank you, Noor. What's the package you got? Okay, fine. That means how much? 12 into 335. Okay, fine. And coincidentally, both got job in same company, it seems. And what's your company name? Yeah, same. I think both got job in same company. Both belongs to same city, right? Fine. Right. Adip, you start sharing your.
So good morning, guys. My name is Sheikhadeep and I am from batch 40. So first of all, I want to thanks to Natras sir, who was helping me from the first day of the class, since I always used to have a lots of doubt. From the first class, I always try to make myself very much clear. So whatever the things which are going on internally, first of all, we should always know that. If we are following that, then it will be easy for you for the future. So first of all, I would like to thanks to Natraj sir, because just because of him, for the last 8 months, I am seeing him. Even at the night, I used to watch his video only, and I stopped my everything for the last 8 months. So first of all, I would like to thank Natraj sir and then Ravi sir, who was a part of my starting journey. Because for the last 4 months, I have learned my core Java. And since it's been a 2 week, I have given the interview. And first of all, I would like to tell you that I was here in the month of August in 2024. And after the 2 months only, I've started going for the walk-in interviews over here. So maybe in this 1 year, I have attended 40 to 45 interviews. Sometime as a walk-in interviews, online interviews. I have, I don't want to say that I have tried very much hard, but as far as much as it possible for me, I've tried my best. And after getting so much of rejection, so much of, then I got this job, sir. So basically they have asked from Stream API, Core Java, Stream API questions, and microservices depth questions, and then they have asked some common questions. From microservices, they have asked 5 questions, one from Eureka server and synchronous, asynchronous. Some deep questions was there. And I tried to manage myself by showing them the confidence which I used to have. I never showed them that I don't have a confidence. First of all, the main thing is the speaking skills, which you should always have. Whether you are giving up as a fresher or a experienced interview, the first thing should be the interviewer always watch whether you have that confidence or not. If you are having that confidence that yes, I can do that, then interviewer 50% interviewer will think that you know everything. So first of all, you need to show your confidence, that how your confidence is. And I used to see that most of the people feels they feel shy, or they feel, I don't think what I don't mean what to say that, but they always feel shy to speak in front of them. So always try to keep speaking in front of everyone. If you are not able to speak, try to speak in front of mirror. I always suggest my friends also. So they ask microservices questions, Stream API questions, basic component scan. What is the meaning of component scan? Spring Boot application, but make Spring Boot application more advanced. Difference between Spring and Spring Boot, generics, Stream API questions, and there were lots of questions. Some from Core Java, Spring Boot, normal Spring Core, and they have asked me to solve the Stream API questions. They have asked me to ready the REST API, how it's working. It's been a 1 hour interview. So I tried to manage and I tried to answer everything, but I never showed them that I won't able to do anything. Whatever they have asked, I've tried to complete that everything on time. So yesterday only I got the offer letter, and it's 2.95, I think. It's 2.95. And for the first 3 months, they have give me the remote work, and it's a 2 year bound. And after 1 year, they told me that we will set and compensate whether you are looking to come to Dubai or you are going to stay in Pune or Chennai. So this was my journey, and once again I want to thanks to Natraj sir, because I always used to come him. He used to say some good things to me, but I never taken that things in my heart. I always try to take that things and try to work hard. So, and please follow him on Insta. It will motivate you, because I always used to see his post and seeing the caption, just not only seeing the post. I used to follow the captions. Whatever the caption he used to keep, it's very good. And I always used to follow that captions, and which make my life so simple. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Adip. Both, both have done definitely hard work. And I think now also they are getting small tasks. Though those topics are not completed in their batch, they are talking to me, or they are spending time in ChatGPT, and they are completing task and submitting task. So that passion is required, guys. Okay. Excuses always will be there. Passion is required. And just look at the count, how many interviews he attended. 45. How many? 45. And I can still see there are so many people who have not started their interview. How many of you given 0 interviews so far? Raise your hand, no problem. 1, 2. Remaining people given 1, 2 interviews? Failed, that's why you stopped going for other interviews, sir? No, that's not the way. You go and gather the questions. when those topic comes in the classroom, you will be more active to listen the topics. First go to 15 interviews as if by assuming you are going to fail only. Don't expect. If you keep expectations, pain will be there. If you don't keep any expectations, pain will not be there, right? First to go to first 15 interviews as you are going to fail only. You're going to get the experience of attending interview, or you can come out of interview phobia, right? So whatever it is, start giving interviews, not for getting job, gathering question, or to stay more focused while attending future topics. For that one, you have to give interviews. Okay, Naresh Shetty anyhow bringing company, but don't just depend upon them. Because market is dry now, you should also try on your own. You know, Naresh Shetty taking care, but you should also do from your side. Right? All the best. And my Insta idea, Java Natras. Java Natras. Okay, I think I cannot share the link. I'll keep in the group, Facebook group. I keep in the Facebook group, guys. Thank you, guys. All the best. We'll meet on Monday.